Today on Old Timey Game Reviews, we look at the classic Super Nintendo game Super Metroid. The baby Metroid has been kidnapped by the dreaded space pirate Mother Brain, and it's up to our intrepid hero Samus to save the day. From the start, Super Metroid is a dandy of the game. Just look at all 16 gorgeous bits. Samus never looks so good if I do say so myself. It makes me wonder if graphics will ever be better than this. If so, I don't think my senses could take it. Yes sirree Bob, I do believe we've reached the pinnacle of virtual stimulated entertainment stimuli. The Super Metroid is a prime example of that. Speaking of senses, my ears are ringing with the sultry sounds of Super Metroid. Not since the crooning of Bing and Frankie have my toes wanted to tap along to such musical stylings. It really is a crackerjack, boy, I tell ya. If you're anything like me, you'll be humming along in minutes and snoozing off to dreamland with the haunting melodies of Super Metroid. I must say, it's unlike anything coming across your radio dial these days, but if it did, you'd certainly switch from your little orphan Annie to bask in the wonderful sounds of this game. But hold on there, champ. The music isn't even the star of the show. The gameplay is simply astonishing. It must be experienced to be believed, by gum. Super Metroid will test the limits of your dexterity and moxie with its classic platforming action. You'll be dodging, ducking, diving, dipping, and dodging like Patches O'Houlihan. Careful of the lava there, don't want to scuff that he-hopped-him-a-dandy of a suit. And if you love action, Super Metroid's got it in spades. You'll be shooting and blowing up so many things that'll make your head spin. Do you like weapons? Of course you do. What warm-blooded American doesn't? Well, Samus is armed to the teeth with an assortment of lasers, missiles, and bombs. She's a regular one-man army. Whoa there, Johnny. I mean one-woman army. But rather than explain each one and give you a death by 1,000 cuts, nasty bit of business that, I say we move on to the bosses. Oh, what a treat you are in for. Not since Lou, the sweet swatter from Sweetwater Jenkins, knocked out Tippy Larkin have I seen better sparring matches. You'll need to bring everything you've got to knock back this murderer's row of villainous space pirates. By the end of each boss battle, my poor Samus found herself wanting for health. Missiles, bombs, you name it. The bosses are as varied as they are tough. Sure, you have to jump and fire to avoid damage and slay your nemesis, but each will challenge you in its own unique way. But fear not, as always, Samus will be ready, and trust me, you want her in your corner when you go toe-to-toe with the likes of Ridley. You may be saying to yourself, well, this is a whiz of a game, with not a flaw to be seen. Well, just hold your horses, Sparky, because Super Metroid isn't without flaws. If you're not one for exploration and trial and error, then you may want to reconsider. The lair of the space pirates is a veritable labyrinth ripe with sinister traps and creepy crawlies to send you packing. And to make matters worse, Samus is given little to no hint as to what area to explore next. If you're not used to dying, then prepare yourself for a crash course, because you'll buy the farm more than a few times, you will. Well, there you have it, folks. Super Metroid is destined to become a classic of this or any future gaming generation. Even with a minor flaw or two, you can't get much closer to gaming perfection than this. The music is unforgettable, the gameplay is nearly perfect, and you'll be hard-pressed to find a better way to spend 5 to 10 hours of your time. So if you haven't played Super Metroid yet, don't sit there like a ninny. Go out now to your nearest Sears and Roebuck and buy a copy today.